What's up everybody, it's Jim, and this is a video for HappyHippy The Vinyl Guy, and it's my 12 favourite frontmen. And this is a thread, so if you want to go ahead and do this, I'll link HappyHippy The Vinyl Guy's video in the description below, as well as Mike the Vinyl Policeman. He's also done a video of this, and I'll link his in the description below as well. And for this video, I thought of a twist. All the 12 frontmen I'm going to be talking about, excluding the honourable mentions, I'm going to be only having 20 seconds talking about each one. So I've got a timer with me on my phone, and I've got it's gonna make a noise once the 20 seconds is up, and once the 20 seconds is up, I then move on and talk about the next frontman on my list, frontman as I should say. But I want to go through the honourable mentions first, and that's Angus Young from AC/DC. Also got Michael Jackson, Pete Townsend from The Who, Phil Collins, who also was in the band Genesis, and Tom Petty, who's also been in bands being Mudcrutch and the Heartbreakers. Now that the honorable mentions are done, we can now talk about my 12 favourite frontmen. So my number 12 is John Bon Jovi, and he's part of the band Bon Jovi, and they were my favourite band of all time when I was younger. I'm not so much into 80s rock now, but they still are up there as one of my favourite bands, and I think John Bon Jovi is just an amazing vocalist, and I think overall he's a really, really great frontman. I wish I could say more there, but I've only got 20 seconds to talk about each one. Right, so my number 11. So my number 11 is Neil Diamond, and he's one of my favourite singer-songwriters of all time. In my opinion, he's the most underrated singer-songwriter, and I think with all the concerts I've seen on him on TV, he just does really a great job moving around on stage and just performing overall. So my number 10 is Jimi Hendrix. In my opinion, the best guitarist of all time. I think he's a pretty great singer as well. But I love all the outfits he wore, and he was just a force to be reckoned with when he was on stage, and I don't feel like there's anyone quite like Jimi Hendrix. By the way, it can be less than 20 seconds, but 20 seconds is the maximum I've got to talk about each frontman on this list, excluding the honourable mentions. So we'll now continue on with my number 9, which is Prince. Prince is my 9th favourite. I think he's just an amazing musician, and what he wears is really cool as well. And he plays pretty much his own instruments, and he's a really great singer as well. I mean, there's not much that Prince can't do. He's one of the best musicians out there, and one of the most talented people out there as well. So my number 8 is Dan Reynolds, and he's the front man of one of my favourite bands, and that's Imagine Dragons. I've met him 3 times, and these are all really nice people, but Dan Reynolds, he was really nice as well, and he's a really great singer, and he's really good at playing those giant drums as well. So my number 7 is Elton John, and he's a really talented musician. I mean, he's an amazing composer and just amazing at doing instruments, and he's got a really amazing voice as well, and he really is someone that when you see on I can't say anything else. No, right, we'll have to now move on. Sorry, Elton John. But my number 6 is Mick Jagger from the Rolling Stones, and when I've seen him on concert on TV, he's just there's no one quite like him. The way he moves, the way he sings, the way he's just dancing around the stage, just Mick Jagger overall. There is no one quite like him. So my number 5 is David Bowie, and what he wears and how he sings, and just how he just moves around the stage, and the way he interacts with the audience. He's just a really amazing front man, and there's just no one quite like any of these people, I would say. So my number 4 is Elvis Presley, and he's a really amazing singer. He's probably my favourite singer out of all the people I mentioned so far, and he's really great at getting the audience going, and there's just Elvis is. I don't know what else to say. No, the time is no. Oh man, I've made this way too difficult for myself. I thought 20 seconds would be enough time, but it just goes around really quick. But we'll now move on to my number 3. it's Bruce Springsteen. He's my number 3, and you can't really go wrong with Bruce Springsteen. Just the way he sings and the way he dances and the way he plays his instruments. He's just really incredible front man, and I wouldn't be surprised if he's number 1 for a lot of people. There's just 2 more that I prefer personally. We'll now move on to my second favourite frontman, and that is from the Beatles, Paul McCartney. So he's a favourite frontman out of the four Beatles, and he's really amazing, especially at he's 80 currently, and he's still rocking and out, and he's still belting the songs out and playing his bass really well. But my favourite, and he's from Queen, and it's probably gonna be a lot of people's favourites, and that's Freddie Mercury. The way he sings, the way he dances, just every single thing about Freddie Mercury. In my opinion, it's just I feel like there's no other front man better than him, and I would say he's probably the most iconic one as well. We've done all 12, including honourable mentions, and that's just honestly taken a lot out of me. But hopefully you enjoyed this video, and thanks Rod, the Happy Hippie Vinyl Guy, for doing this thread. I think it's a really great one. If you want to go ahead and do your own video of this, it's up to you whether you want the 20-second timer. You could give yourself more time if you want, but I think 20, in my opinion, I thought was going to be plenty of time, but it wasn't. It really flew by when I was talking about all of these, and I didn't get to finish what I wanted to say for a couple of them. But hopefully you enjoyed this video, and if you did, don't forget to leave a like, and if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe, and also leave a comment as well. And I'll see you guys next video. Stay safe, take care, peace and love, and ciao.